Zeena runs a textile, hand screen printing textile company. I met her at an event at West Elm, actually with Ruth, who's sitting there, where she screen printed our own tote bags for us that we got to take away, and I thought it was so beautiful. I really wanted to ask her to come and talk, and she'll give the rest of the background to herself when she comes up.
Hi everyone, so my name's Zeena and I'm a textile designer maker, and I run my own company, and today I'm just going to tell you a bit about my kind of creative journey and how I started setting up my own business, and just a bit more about what I do really, and yeah, thanks for listening. So it all began at art school. So I went to Chelsea, and it wasn't in Chelsea, it was actually in Millbank. It was a really beautiful and inspiring place, and I studied textile design. So textile design is the way you kind of create a design for a textile, so a piece of fabric, so it could be embroidery, printed, woven, got a lovely image of ladies sewing, so that's exactly what we all did at college. And so that's where I fell in love with printing, and that's where the whole kind of my career started. When I graduated, I actually worked for loads of different fashion houses. I interned, I worked for lots of small companies, and then it was doing that made me realise I really wanted to set up my own thing. So rather than kind of be in a sweatshop, I created my own brand and wanted to put all of my effort into making something that I was really proud of and had my name on the kind of the front of. And it's all screen printed. So this is the process. So what you do is you push ink through a silk mesh, and Maeve did this to create her tote bag, and then it transfers the ink through a stencil onto fabric. So that's the process. And it's so much fun, and it's really immediate and exciting. And I just want to show you a bit of inspiration for my work. So what I do is I generally start off with paper, and I cut into it to create stencils that will then create the prints for the designs. So these are just some images that I've Instagrammed along my way, but I like really fine intricate details. I'm always collecting leaves as well, so that's another inspiration. So I'm that crazy girl who's like, oh, what's that leaf on the floor or on the tree? That would make a good print. And it's just using everyday objects and things that fall from the trees that inspire me and inspire my work. As well. So, but I also, alongside my own business, to actually pay the bills, I freelance as a print designer for the more commercial market. So this is a watermelon print that I did for a high street shop that's going to be a dress this season, which is really exciting as well. So there are so many, I have to have my fingers in lots of pies to make it work. This is my studio. It's actually just up the road by Hoxton Square. And this is where everything, all the magic happens. So this is my print table, and I sit at this little desk and I sew my things over here. So this is where I go every day, and it really inspires me, and it's really beautiful lighting. It's freezing in the winter, there's no heating, and I complain all the time, but it's worth it. I just had this one because I always kind of adopt this yes attitude to everything that kind of comes along. Comes through my inbox, or if I meet someone and they say, can you do this for me? I just always try and say yes, no matter how exhausted it makes me or how little sleep I have. I think it's just something really important. So for example, I got my cushion over there in this wonderful magazine because I said yes, and they said, oh, could you send us a cushion over, just like courier it in the next half an hour? Of course I said yes. I hadn't had it made, it wasn't made, it was non-existent. I wasn't even at the studio, but it just magically happened. And then this one as well. So this was an illustration commission for some book covers. Again, I'd never done any illustration before. I was really young when I first started my business. This yes attitude kind of made things happen, and then I ended up doing 2 book covers for this lovely author. Similarly, I've fallen into the world of kind of workshops and teaching. So the V&A approached me to do a workshop after seeing some of my things on social media, and this is a picture from it. This is lino printing, and of course I'd never run a workshop before in my life, but I said yes. So of course I can do that for you, the V&A. And then this led to Kirsty Allsop, their hair production team, getting in touch with me to be on one of her TV shows, which was really cringy, but brilliant press. It's horrible watching yourself back on a video, which I won't be doing. So, I mean, that was just another wonderful opportunity. And then also, does anyone watch The Apprentice? Yeah. This was a couple of years ago, and this guy was absolutely horrible to me. And this was loads of sleepless nights, but basically he bought some stock, and then he went to a newsagent in Spitalfields, you know, that really posh one, just in the, well, there's one really posh newsagent, and and basically he undercut my wholesale price and made a nice little profit at my expense, and I was really worried about it, about the integrity of my brand, but actually it all worked out well because they cut it really well for the BBC and made him look like an idiot, so that's brilliant. So these were just a couple of photos from my studio. Just something else I picked up from the Do Lectures in Wales. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that, but it's like the TED Lectures, but the Welsh version. But ideas change things, and it just takes one idea to do something exciting and to kind of make something happen and make something work. And that's what I always try and do with my workshops. So this is a group of ladies who came recently to my studio, a hen party in fact, and they printed their own stationery, and they're all kind of very bored at their jobs, they wanted to be inspired, and hopefully that's what I did and helped them along the way and got them to do something else. And then this is the most exciting thing that's actually happened in my business pathway. Last year I was approached by a publisher, and I got myself my very first book deal. So in October I will be a published author, and you can learn how to print fabric by buying my book. And then to finish, this is an image from my print table. So every time you screen print something, it leaves a ghost image, so it's got this sort of timeline of what you printed, and I just love looking at it, and I love keeping these and just seeing this is where I began and this is where I'm going, and it's just something really nice and inspiring.
When will you start considering to say no?
That was my New Year's resolution, and I tried really hard, but I just can't do it, and I just always feel like, oh, I'm losing an opportunity, or, you know, there's some money to be made there, or who might I meet, but I'm going to keep trying. Or just maybe say, I can't do it this week, I can do it next week, because I need to sleep.
What's been your main sort of marketing channel? Has that been social media?
Yeah, social media has actually been amazing. And then, yeah, I'm a bit obsessed with Instagram at the moment. But it's brilliant, and it's just, if it wasn't for social media, I don't know how people would find me. And then just running workshops for lots of people has been amazing, because I get a lot of work through that, and from people that I meet at those workshops. So for example, I did a class so I do a regular class at Drink Shop Doing King's Cross, this really cool little bar. We can do something different every night. And there was a PR girl there, and she's just got me to print, so this week I printed 200 tote bags for her press event. And it was just really so I just meet so many people, and it's all about who you talk to, but it all kind of stems from social networking. Yeah.
Okay, well done.